introduction. My name is Hirotoshi. I came from JETRO, New York. I was transferred to New York for about 6 months ago, and I'm heading the research of US in JETRO. And today, as an introduction to the panel discussion that will follow, I would like to introduce some key findings from the annual quantitative surveys that we conduct every year. First, I hope that many of you, not many, a few of you, already familiar with JETRO, but if not, let me briefly frame our presence here in the US. We are the government agency, Japanese government agency to promote trade and investments. And headquarters in Tokyo, we operate 50 offices domestic in Japan. Internationally, we operate 76 offices in 56 countries. Here in the US, we operate 6 offices with New York as our headquarters. Our mission is to deepen business collaboration between Japan and the US. With our global network, we have conducted 2 major surveys annually for nearly about 40 years. The first one left is a questionnaire for Japanese companies operating in the US, capturing their views of local business environments and policy landscape. The second survey, Light, is directed at corporate headquarters in Japan. We can examine how they view the US compared with other export destinations and investment locations globally. First, let me explain the survey result for Japanese companies operating in the US. Sorry, the figure is really small. This slide shows the historical trend of US-based Japanese companies whose operational profit increased compared to the previous year. That's the blue line. And those whose profits decreased are shown in the red line. So 2025, those who the profit has increased was 34.3% and decreased was 30.3%. So the diffusion index figure that is calculated by profit minus decrease, then it's 4.0%. That is the lowest after the COVID-19. And some common responses for decreased profits forecasts are rising procurement costs, mainly caused by Trump tariffs. According to the survey, 74% of the companies say that their tariff on Japan are negatively impacting their operating profit. Specific impacts include difficulty of passing on tariff cost to the product prices. So many Japanese companies are suffering in difficulty to pass on the prices of the tariffs. Another big issue which impacts Japanese companies' operation in the US is the shortage of workforce. In the question regarding the impact of federal government policies other than tariffs, about 90% of companies pointed to negative effects from immigration and foreign workers' visa policies of administration. On the other hand, the promotion of conventional energy policies or tax reforms under the OBBBA positive impact outweighed negative impacts. So, depending on policies, the evaluation by Japanese companies differs, but most of the companies suffer from the immigration policies of the current government. However, despite the concerns over policy uncertainty, Japanese companies operating in the US have not lost their appetite for additional investment. This slide shows the results of question about their investment plans for next 1 to 2 years. Half responded expansion. This percentage has remained mostly unchanged since 2021. Reason of the expansion is increase of local market demand. This is imagined as the most common reason